All right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. Good bit to dive into and discuss in today's video. A little bit of a progress going on with some of these roster changes, and of course this is the conversation we knew we'd be having at the end of split one. I honestly think it's going to ramp up even more after the playoff is actually over itself. But then we've got Challenger Circuit. Obviously today's going to be the finals. We're going in with quite a bit of upsets that happened yesterday inside the semifinals, so a lot, like I said, to dive into and discuss. If you guys want to stay up to date with all things going on inside of the world of Apex Legends esports news, then do yourself a favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive into what's happening right now with the scene. Firstly, wanted to make mention, not only did we see Panders obviously a couple of days ago saying they were exploring options and LFT for split 2, support frag, co-IGL. Obviously FaZe did not have the best of time inside of their own pro league, and you know, it is what it is. Obviously things happen. It was a little weird though, because Panders and Zera have been together for quite some time. You're wondering what's going to happen with that old duo. Well, Zera finally came out today or yesterday to say something similar also. You know, I think Panders came out like 3 days earlier, and we weren't really sure exactly what Zera was going to say, but he said FaZe is letting us explore, so I am LFT. Can play any legend, and he actually can. Great team-oriented comms, no tilt mentality, underrated according to some Reddit posts, most reliable source of news and truth, and down to join and establish an IGL duo or build a team up. So obviously Zera's got a lot of, you know, he's got a lot of experience inside of the comp scene and very good track record, I think, with Furia, and honestly had a moment in time where they were really one of the biggest hot shots. You look back at that, you know, year 2 championship and just how much points they were able to put up and how much damage his Watson was doing with that roster. And man, things were just going so good, and obviously things have really 180 quite a bit. Those guys have now split up. They're not even on the same team anymore, not on the same org. You know, his Watson had retired, then came back, and we don't really know what's happening with him right now. Zera obviously struggling inside of Pro League, so interested to see where this is going to land. Obviously, there's been a lot of drama inside of Apex esports in general for letting these old pros continuously come back into other pro teams. You know, like, why not give more of these challengers guys a bit of a chance, I guess. So we'll see if that stays true, or if Zera is able to find himself on a Pro League roster pretty quickly. Obviously, like I said, there's going to be more changes that happen after the split 1 playoff is over, and maybe someone will actually pick Zera up on their full-time starting roster, and obviously we'll keep you up to date with that. Also wanted to mention Bullet, another pro player who had been in the pro league, served his time on Native Gaming and had much of a reputation, I guess, and then even played inside of the Pro League qualifiers earlier this preseason with Snipe Down and Stay Naughty, and I think they got round 3 to day 1 or something like that, maybe day 2, but I'm pretty sure it was day 1. Just did not have the best of showings. And then Bullet also had some issues inside of his, I think he's like internet went out or something one of the other days that he couldn't play. Just really unfortunate this you know, preseason for Bullet. Year 3 has not started too strong for him, but obviously he's a great guy, and I'm really hoping the best for Bullet. Hopefully things turn around and he can find himself on a good roster as well. I know he's looking for a team overall for comp, but I think he's going to have to probably go through challengers or even, you know, the Pro League qualifiers, of course, unless there's just a simple way to get around this. Maybe there is a roster right there that really wants to work with someone like Bullet, and obviously he's got the experience. That's one thing that I understand why these rosters like to go back to people who have already played in the league, because maybe it's a different mentality, it's a different environment. They're not nervous, they understand what the competition's like, they know they can do this, they know they can beat them, they've been there before. That's a mentality that you really want inside of a team. So I understand why to some degree they keep going back to you know, people that have already played in the Pro League and such. But I understand the frustration around it as well. Also wanted to mention Challenger Circuit 4. It is almost complete. This is one, obviously this is the last one for this split, and we're going to talk about the overall standings as well. But you had the games take place last night. These were the group stages. So this is actually like what you were seeing inside of round 4. This is quarterfinals. And then you had semifinals go on last night. Then today you're going to see the finals. So first off, there really wasn't too much of an upset happening inside of, you know, just I guess the, you know, normal quarterfinals, but you did have some upsets going on inside like maybe 2 of the groups. Insomnia, I guess I would have probably predicted them to go to semifinals. Didn't happen. Play with Apex with Guns with Matt Protectful. You know, I thought those guys were going to go a little bit further. Mooman, obviously they've won some of, you know, your little pickup tournaments and stuff, so I thought Purple Slushy was going to go a little bit further, but didn't happen. Obviously Mooman's just kind of subbing over there anyways, but Purple Slushy with Bunk Wavy, you know, former SQ player, those guys have had their line of success, and just did not happen happened this go round. And then also Casual Gaming, the second place team overall inside of the Challenger Circuit right now, not having a good day inside of quarters. Sadly, unfortunately, they're going to be knocked out of the tournament early also. And then Spectre Esports was another. Then we moved on into well, round 4 really didn't have any upsets either. Then we moved into the semifinals. This is where honestly there were probably like most of these teams I think you honestly all predicted. You know, you have CCE. I really just it's so overdue to watch Trev Stacks, Cobra, and Cap win this. They have been a top team for so freaking long. They've made it to like what, every finals. They're always like in the top 5 it seems like, mostly with finals. They are like so close to victory. They're so good at the game. They're so consistent. There's never really a doubt with this roster. They know what they're doing. They know what they're about, and they know how to get it done. But it's like, you know, they just can't barely cross that finish line. So we'll see if they're able to do it today. But they did place first inside of semifinals group 1, and the Stallions were up there as well with Albralelie. I gotta say, I know a lot of people have something to say about Albralelie, but Mac is currently cooking right now, man. This guy has been doing phenomenal over the last couple of weeks inside of Challenger Circuit. A lot of people gave Mac that same criticism, like, look, why is Albralelie getting another chance? This guy's proven himself so many times to not actually make a roster better, but here he is, you know, playing with a bunch of, you know, obviously not nobodies, but I don't think people had, you know, the Stallions on their radar to be a really consistent. I think people really were going to give these other teams the benefit of the doubt. Like, they're new up and comers. They got a lot of momentum going. And, you know, I think I'll pick these guys over some of these washed up pros. But it's not the case right now. Stallions are doing a really phenomenal job. So kudos to them. Hats off to them. Really good consistency so far. Then No Name also up here. These guys obviously have been on a roll as well. Eternal. I mean, honestly, semifinals are just simply going in the direction that we kind of anticipated them to go. And then in group 2 of that same semifinal, you pretty much have the top 10 all somewhat knowable teams that you all kind of like remember. Weave, obviously a really good shining roster right here. Riley is a very good player, but also you've got maybe a couple of I guess upsets, if you want to call them that. So Boys obviously didn't make finals. There's been a lot of, you know, there's been a lot of controversy around their name in the last couple of weeks, especially with a nice wig clip. Then Womp Womp, unfortunately Dom2 Cracked and Co did get eliminated early as well. And then Chatham is Prime. I know Chatham is Prime is a team that was, you know, this isn't the full Chatham is Prime, of course, but what's lacking on there, this is a team and a roster that normally would make finals quite a bit. So it is Chad Prime V2, and it looks like Chatham is Prime V1 may be slightly better than the new version that they have now. So here's your finals. Honestly, all these teams are mostly recognizable. I'm very excited to redeem, man. I really hope the best for Z Davis and Co. These guys have really been cooking for a while. Z Davis in general, man, he's got so much passion on the game, and really hope that we're going to see some new faces joining in the Pro League and going through that Pro League qualifier. And I can't wait to watch those games as well. I really want someone new to really start some ruckus inside of the Pro Series that we have now. Also, here are the overall Challenger Circuit points as it stands. Of course, this is all going to update with the finals being played tonight. So right now, CCE and its Casual Gaming, Womp Womp, Tripods up there as well. We talked about Tripods getting eliminated early yesterday, and a little bit of an upset for them. So you got to get inside of this top 22. Sadly, you're going to see some of these guys bounce out of here that were a little bit closer, but the games are going to start tonight, I believe at 9 p.m. Eastern or so. So make sure to stay tuned. And if you guys want all the updates and coverage of Apex Legends esports news, then of course like the video and subscribe to the channel. And until the next time, we will see you all later, Gators. Whoopsie, we're going to keep that blooper in because I love you.